Okay, everybody. Now we're going to try our look at the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy. Here we go. We'll just do the regular question database.
Welcome to Jeopardy! Let's begin our game.
I think I'll be him this time. Beanie. Oops, sorry.
Welcome to Jeopardy! Let's begin our game.
Let's try that again, shall we? Yes, I want to be him. Actually, I want Carmen to be her, and I want Ruth in the game, as intended.
Hello. My name is Carmen Lopez.
Now for the Jeopardy round, in which one daily double will appear somewhere on
Sickness and health.
your other categories.
European cuisine. Quotes. 1893. World facts. Historical hodgepodge.
Good luck. Contestant number 1 will start with you.
Hang on a second here, folks. I'm uploading a video. Okay, I'll start things off with 1893 for 100. U.S. interests depose Queen Liliuokalani of this kingdom, paving its way for annexation.
Contestant number 1.
What is Hawaii?
You are correct.
1893 200. More than 100,000 rushed to the Cherokee Strip area of this territory to claim land.
Contestant number 1.
What is Oklahoma?
You are correct.
1893 300.
Number 1.
Lord Stanley of Preston gave a trophy to be awarded to the best Canadian team in this sport.
Contestant number 1.
What is hockey? Ice hockey, that's correct.
Yes. Select again.
1893 400.
Contestant number 1.
Laos was added to this French Southeast Asian dependency.
Contestant number 1.
What is French Indochina?
Yes, that's correct.
1893 500.
Number 1. Here is the clue.
This state's governor, John Peter Altgeld, pardoned the 3 surviving Haymarket riot conspirators.
Contestant number 2.
Massachusetts?
Sorry, incorrect. Contestant number 1.
What is Illinois?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
Okay, let me have European cuisine 100. Galette de Roi is a special cake created for 12th night festivities in this country.
Contestant number 1.
What is France?
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 1.
Devonshire cream, which is used in desserts, is a specialty in this country.
Contestant.
What is England?
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
Hang on a second here, folks. Alright. Never mind. European cuisine 300. Legend says veal Oscar was named for this Scandinavian country's King Oscar II, who liked to eat it.
Contestant number 1.
I'm going to say what is Sweden.
You are correct.
European cuisine
Contestant number
400.
1. Let's take a look at the answer.
The delicate pasta Italians call Capelle d'Angelo, we know by this name.
Contestant number 1.
What is... What is angel hair pasta?
You are correct.
Yep.
Contestant number 1.
European cuisine 500. Corda beads are buttery cookies served on special occasions in this country.
Contestant.
What is Greece? Yep.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
Let's have historical hodgepodge 100. Appropriately, this virgin queen was born under the sign of Virgo in 1533.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Queen Elizabeth I?
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct. Contestant number 1.
Historical hodgepodge 200. In ancient times, it was the capital of Galatia, a Roman province. Now it's the capital of Turkey.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Ankara?
Yes.
Historical hodgepodge 300.
Contestant number 1.
Of the 700 convicts who arrived in this country in January 1788, at least 160 were women.
Contestant number 1.
What is Australia?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
Lord Byron contributed to this American Trailblazers fame by writing about him in Don Juan.
Contestant.
Daniel Boone.
You
Yep.
are correct. Contestant number 2.
This maternal gangster's last surviving son, Lloyd, was shot to death by his wife in 1949.
Contestant number 2.
Ma Barker. Yep.
Yes. Contestant number 2.
Sickness and health 100. Using the waxed or unwaxed type of this at least once a day helps prevent gingivitis.
Contestant number 2.
Dental floss, I knew that one.
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Alright.
The answer is...
This form of dermatitis is named for a baby garment.
Contestant number 1.
What is diaper rash?
You are correct.
Sickness and health
Contestant
300.
number 1.
Legionnaire's disease affects the bronchial tubes in this pair of organs.
Contestant number 1.
What are the lungs?
Yes.
Sickness
That's
health 400.
Contestant number 1.
Singultus is a less common name for this type of diaphragmatic spasm.
Contestant number 1.
What is a hiccup?
Yes.
Sickness
That's
health
correct.
500.
Contestant number 1.
Prolonged exposure to toxic chemicals may cause the aplastic type of this condition.
Contestant number 1.
What is anemia?
Yes. That's correct. Contestant number 1.
Quotes for 100. Mark Twain said, "Everybody has one of these heavenly bodies, and it has a dark side of which he never shows."
Contestant number
What
1.
is a moon?
Yes.
200
That's
quotes.
correct. Contestant number 1.
A famous quote about suckers says they're born this often.
Contestant number 1.
What is every minute?
Yes. That's
Quotes
correct.
300.
Contestant number 1.
Prime Minister who had said in 1941, "Never give in, never give in, never, 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 never."
Contestant number 2.
Winston Churchill. I knew it.
You are correct. Contestant number 2.
Oh, World Facts 500. There's the Daily Double. Gonna go just 500 only on this clue. Here's the clue in world facts. By 127-6 vote, the UN expelled this country September 22nd, 1992. And it's Yugoslavia, yep.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
The most famous quote from 1984 is undoubtedly, Big Brother is doing this.
Contestant number 1.
What is watching you?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1, the answer is...
This author wrote of Making the World Safe for Hypocrisy and Look Homeward Angel.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Thomas Wolfe? Yep.
Yeah. Contestant number 1.
The Highlands are in Scotland and the Outback is in this country.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Australia?
Yes.
200.
That's correct. Contestant number 1.
This country's Kathmandu Valley was once home to 3 principalities.
Contestant number 1.
What is Nepal?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1.
The 1492 lines that split South America between Spain and Portugal also split this North Atlantic island.
Contestant number 1.
What is Greenland?
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 1. Here is the clue.
This country's flag has a yin-yang symbol and 4 trigrams for earth, air, fire, and water.
Contestant number 1.
What is South Korea?
Yes.
Eugene would have eaten me for breakfast if I had missed that one.
Now for the double Jeopardy round, with 2
South Carolina.
are on the board. In
Colleges and
two
universities. The elements. Mythology, royalty. Alright.
Good. We'll begin the game with contestant number 3.
South Carolina for 200.
Here is the clue.
This Confederate president's last cabinet meeting took place in Abbeville, South Carolina.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Jefferson Davis? Yep.
You are correct. Contestant number 1.
Hang on. Alright, here we go. And there's Daniel right there.
What's up, Doc?
Just playing the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy as part of Mikey's birthday special.
I love that game.
Well, you came at just the right time. Thought that might make you feel better.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark asked me if he wants to join.
Let me get him in here. Hang on just a second. Testing?
Yep, I can hear you.
We're just doing the 1995 PC version of Jeopardy as part of Mikey's birthday special.
Oh, nice.
Yep. We just started Double Jeopardy, so... shall I continue?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, let me delete this one video off my computer here because it's uploaded. Alright. Let's go with South Carolina for 400. In 1786, the state capital was moved from Charleston to this city.
Contestant number...
What is Columbia?
That's,
What?
That's correct.
that's
Contestant
South
number
Carolina, right?
Yeah, it's Columbia. Columbia's the capital.
Oh, Columbia, okay. I was,
This war's Battle of Cowpens and Kings Mountain were fought in South Carolina.
1. Contestant number 1.
What is the Civil War?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's not it.
Contestant number 2.
What is the Indian War?
Sorry.
No.
That's incorrect. Contestant
First time we
number
hear
3.
from Ruth this game. What is the Revolutionary War?
Yes,
Yeah.
That's correct. Contestant number 3.
All right. In 1964, the South Carolina senator switched from Democrat to Republican.
Contestant number
Who
1.
is Strom Thurmond? Yep.
Good. Contestant number 1.
South Carolina 1000. In 1521, Francisco Gordillo explored the Carolina coast for this country.
Contestant number 1.
What is Spain?
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct. Contestant number 1.
Let's go with books and authors for 200. The first sequel to this Astrid Lindgren book about a red-haired girl is Pippi Goes on Board.
Contestant number 1.
What is Pippi Longstocking?
Yes, that's correct.
Books and authors
Contestant
400.
number 1.
What is remembered is the 1963 autobiography of this associate of Gertrude Stein. Who is Kermit the Frog?
Contestant number...
No.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
If Marty were with us, he would say, "Shut up."
Shut up!
Sorry.
Not sand. I don't know this one. Huh. What is remembered? Alice B. Toklas.
Contestant number 1.
His second book, Omu, is based on his experiences as a mutineer in Polynesia in 1842.
Contestant number 3.
Who is Herman Melville? Yeah.
You are contestant number 3.
Alright. This author of The World According to Garp called it an artfully disguised soap opera. Oh, The World According to Garp. Oh, who wrote that book?
Contestant number 2.
No!
Sorry, incorrect. Contestant number 3.
John Irving, that's right.
You are correct. Contestant number 3.
Oh well. In this 1962 book, Nixon said, his case brought me national fame.
Contestant number 3.
My 6 turning points.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wrong.
That's wrong. Contestant number 2.
6 crises? Yeah.
Yes. Contestant number 2.
Alright. The University of Paris grew out of the medieval schools of this cathedral.
Contestant number
What
1.
is Notre Dame?
You are correct.
Notre Dame de Paris.
Contestant number 1.
Colleges and universities 400. It's the 3-part college board test used by schools to decide which students to accept.
Contestant number
What is
1.
the Scholastic Aptitude Test?
You are correct. Contestant
Colleges and
number 1.
universities 600. Food lovers can go to Berry in Georgia, Mount Olive in North Carolina, or Rice in this state.
Contestant
I'd better
number
get
1.
this right. What is Texas? Because it's in Houston, Texas.
Contestant number
Colleges and
1.
universities 800. In 1873, he left $3.5 million to found a hospital and an equal amount to found a university in Baltimore.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Johns Hopkins?
Yes, that's correct.
1,000.
Contestant number 1.
Daily Double.
The
Yep.
answer there is one of the
Sound played, of
daily
course.
doubles.
I have 11,200.
What would
Let's
you
go
like to rate?
1,200. Here's the clue. One of the 3 universities attended by Bill Clinton. I'm going to take a guess on one of them and say, what is Georgetown University?
You are correct.
Yale, Georgetown, or Oxford? I got it.
Alright.
The elements for 200. In Japan, seaweed is a major source of this element, identified by the symbol I.
Contestant number
What
1.
is iodine?
You are correct.
Elements
Contestant
400.
number 1.
The name of this element means water forming.
Contestant number 1.
What is hydrogen?
You are correct.
Yep, we get a telephone
Contestant
call.
number 1.
Oh, it's from my mom. It's Aunt Martha. The elements for 6.
Here is the clue.
The odor given off by cooking cabbage and turnips is due to this element, also found in eggs.
Contestant number 1.
What is sulfur?
You are correct.
Elements
Contestant
800.
number 1.
Pierre Janssen first noted this element in 1868 while studying the sun's chromosphere.
Contestant number 2.
Helium? Yeah, that's right.
You are contestant number 2.
The other daily double. Wow. 1,000 is what Carmen's going to wager. She has 1,300. Named for Marie Curie's homeland, it was the first element discovered by means of its radioactivity. Oh, I know this one. She said what is polonium, and that's right. Named for Poland.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
Women in Mythology 200. She had the face that launched 1,000 ships.
Contestant number 2.
Oh, Helen of Troy, that's right.
Yes, that's correct. Contestant number 2.
As a result of a curse, her prophecies, though correct, were disregarded. Who is Miss Piggy?
Contestant number 2.
Cassia.
Incorrect.
Oh, I can just imagine Marty right now saying, "Shut up."
Or he'd say, shut your ass up.
Contestant. Sorry.
Not
incorrect.
Pandora.
Anyone else?
If I were to guess, I'd say Hera or Medusa, one of those two, but I'm going to stay put where I'm at. Is it one of those two? It was Cassandra, so I would have been wrong either way.
Number 2.
Zeus once punished this jealous wife by suspending her from the sky with anvils tied to her feet.
Contestant number
Who is
1.
Hera?
Yes.
Women Mythology 800.
Contestant number 1.
During Ulysses' absence, she put off suitors by weaving a never-ending shroud.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Penelope?
Yes.
Women Mythology 1000.
Contestant number 1.
This woman whose name means all gifted was fashioned out of clay by Hephaestus.
Contestant number 3.
Hera? No!
Wrong. Contestant number
Who is
1.
Pandora? Remember, Pan means everything.
You are contestant number
Royalty
1.
200. This emperor tried to blame the Christians for burning Rome in the year 64 AD.
Contestant number
Who is
1.
Nero?
You are correct.
400.
Contestant number 1.
Humayun, the second Mughal ruler of this country, died in 1556 after falling down a staircase.
Contestant number 1.
What is China?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah,
That's
fool.
wrong. Contestant number 2.
Mongolia? No.
Sorry.
I
Incorrect.
think I know it now.
Contestant number 3.
It's... Oh, India? That wasn't my guess.
You are correct.
It was...
Contestant number
But it was
3.
right. In 336, this king of Macedonia was assassinated at his daughter's wedding.
Contestant number 1.
Who is Philip II of Macedonia?
Yes. That's
800.
correct. Contestant number 1. The answer there is...
James V was the seventh member of this family to become king of Scotland.
Contestant number 3.
The Stuarts?
Yes.
So Ruth is out of the hole now?
Contestant number 3.
Last clue. This mad king of Bavaria drowned himself after a few days after he was deposed in 1886.
Contestant number 2.
Llewellyn? No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Contestant number 3.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Incorrect.
Ruth will not be around for Final Jeopardy. Carmen has 700 and I'm going to finish with 16,400, so it's a runaway game. Looking for Ludwig II.
The final Jeopardy category.
U.S. President.
Contestant number 1. What would
Let's
you
try
like to win?
8,600, see if I can win 25 grand.
The final Jeopardy clue is...
Before Clinton, he was the last U.S. president who was a law school graduate.
Cubs? Oh, nice, Daniel.
Yeah, very nice.
See how my team's doing.
I'll just say it was Harry Truman.
Contestant number 2, your final Jeopardy response was... You are correct.
Gerald Ford.
Let's
Oh
see
well.
what contestant number 2 wagered.
350, so she's at 1,050. It was Gerald Ford. I got it wrong, but it doesn't matter. I still win.
Your total? Contestant number 1, your final Jeopardy response was, sorry. Let's see what contestant number 1 wagered.
I'm still going to win with $7,800, so I'm not worried either way.
Your
Oh,
total?
it's not a bad total.
No, not at all.
Contestant number 1.
And I'll see you all for that next segment, everybody.
Champion. Congratulations.